All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. Let's make sure you can all hear me here real quick. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Great, you can. So this is going to be a bit of a long stream, and I want to get this done as quickly as possible. We're going to be responding to Monty and BurntToast on the, what channel is this? On the Hannibal and Monty Show YouTube channel. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the Hannibal and Monty Show and you want to support their what they do on that show, go over there and subscribe. All you got to do is go to Hannibal and Monty Show. You'll see the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, and hit all when you hit the bell so that you can get their notifications when they go live. I'm saying this because what I want to start doing is I found it so entertaining last night that I destroyed so many narratives that I want to destroy the narrative that because you can never call me selfish, that I will actually send people your way when given the opportunity. I have no problem with that. This is social media. People are going to hear about you, and they're going to want to hear how to find you. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll put the link to his YouTube channel in the live chat here so that you guys can find him. All right. I actually, back in the day when we used to do the great debate stuff, I used to promote people's channels all the time. There we go, right there. I used to promote people's channels all the time while doing what I do. But let me explain a couple of things and make a couple of disclaimers here. First and foremost, I am not here to defend Shanny for Christ and Revelation News. Let me say this again, because this always gets lost in translation. And since this is in the beginning of the video, people should be able to catch it. I am not defending Shanny. I am not defending Rev. Believe it or not, this has more to do with the hypocrisy of certain people in the reaction community. Okay. And it also has to do with BurntToast and Monty and some of the things that they claim that they're upset about, you know, regarding what I've said and what they think I've done and all this other stuff and whatnot. And usually when these reaction people say what they say, they're not used to being challenged. Those of you who are Christians and you're watching this, I know you probably are noticing like, wow, look how they're behaving, look how they're acting. There's actually somebody out there actually giving them pushback on some of the things that they're saying. Because typically when you take on a YouTube troll, the idea is to ignore them and they'll eventually go away. You can't do that with the reaction people because they have been talking about me literally for years on here, not necessarily BurntToast or Monty. Okay, not necessarily them, but there are other members of the reaction community that have been talking about me literally for years. I'm talking about like 5, 6, 7, 8 years on here. And it's my goal today to start letting people hear both sides of the story. So people don't just believe BurntToast when BurntToast makes a claim or when Monty makes a claim. So we're going to take a look at the stream that they did over there, and I'm going to watch it again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond, not to everything that's being said, to just some of it. Because here's my thing. Monty was in my room last night, right? Monty had an opportunity to talk about whatever he wanted to talk about, right? BurntToast could have came on my channel and talked about whatever she wanted to talk about. Instead, BurntToast, like the coward she is, decided to send Jules in here to speak for her. All right. Whether or not the last thing I said was true or not is irrelevant. And let me tell you why. BurntToast was given the link. BurntToast could have came in. BurntToast could have got angry at Jules for imitating her. BurntToast did none of that. So I came to the conclusion that BurntToast told her to come in this room. And that's using logic. Okay. Something a lot of people in this community has forgotten how to, just don't know how to use anymore. And I'm gonna challenge the logic and the thinking patterns of a BurntToast and a Monty who are not used to dealing with a strong Christian who has opinions and views just like they do. And when I disagree, I really disagree. But when I don't have a disagreement with you, I try to avoid the topic altogether. When you make a point, you just make a point. There's nothing to argue there. And I want people to understand something. They keep implementing me in a lot of the things that they're saying on YouTube. Like they're saying that G-Man's involved with child neglect. Now, some of them might look at that and say that makes G-Man mad. Let's keep doing it. No, I don't think you understand. This has nothing to do with whether or not it makes you mad, happy, joyful, or whatever. It has to do with you people lying and making stuff up, and you need to be exposed. And I believe that I'm one of the few on here in this community that deals with these particular atheists that is good, that's really good at showing these people poor thinking patterns and why they're wrong about the things that they're saying. I'm not saying I'm the best or nothing like that, but I am one of the people on here who is good enough to deal with them and deal with them properly and thoroughly, which is what I'm going to do here today. So if you ain't got nothing to do, you want to go get some Ovaltine, go get some Arizona, like I got right here. I got me a mango Arizona. I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my hand. I got me some egg whites that I'm going to eat when this show is over. I got some pasta I'll be eating tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to be doing some running tomorrow. So we're just going to take a look at this stream where they're looking at my show yesterday. Now, again, we are talking about BurntToast. BurntToast is a reaction channel, and I'm going to say it until BurntToast thoroughly deals with this topic. A simple, I don't care what G-Man thinks ain't going to work with me. Nor is it going to work with the rest of the community, because now I'm not the only person asking these questions. See, Beckel came on my channel last night. He was like, I came here really to talk to BurntToast. I want to know if she knows what the gospel is. See, the more I talk about this, the more Christians are going to get wind of it. And the more of them are like, oh, she's a Christian. Let me go check out her channel. And then they're going to go over there and be like, G-Man, I don't think this woman's a Christian. They can take one look at what you do on the internet and come to that conclusion. And eventually, when I get pastors on this YouTube channel, I'm going to do the same thing to prove my point. And she'll say she don't care what pastors got to say. If she doesn't care what I think, she doesn't care what the church thinks, she doesn't care about what pastors think, this woman ain't a follower of Christ. Because then she don't care about what Jesus has to say about these things. And that's vitally important, because now the atheist has a choice. The atheist can say, well, a Christian's a follower of Christ. Well, aren't you supposed to do what he says? The atheist is going to say, yes. She isn't doing what Jesus said. How do you deal with that? You understand what I'm saying? It causes problems for their reputation at this point, especially when they tell you that they used to be Christians. But anyway, let's take a look at this stream here. And like I said, from time to time, I'm going to stop and I'm going to respond to some of this stuff. Some of the things that I said on my show yesterday, you're going to see come to life. You'll understand why I say the things that I say on here. Okay. And then I'll clarify a few things too. Before I do, let me make a public apology to somebody here on YouTube. Yesterday, I had somebody on my channel called Odd Talk New Jersey, I think, NJ. Odd Talk NJ, New Jersey, or whatever, right? Now, I am not a fan of her. I don't agree with, I don't know all of her worldview, so I can't say all of it, but I don't agree with how our interactions have gone with, particularly when we was in the geek room. I'll put it to you that way. The reason why I'm being careful with what I got to say, because I'm planning on doing something here. I want to apologize for jumping down her throat too early. I should have took the time out to listen to her first, and then came out and said the things that I was going to say. And I believe between her and Miss Parker, because I got something to say to her too, she seemed to be the most genuine. Either that or she's a phenomenal actress. But she seemed to be the most genuine the most genuine in wanting to have a real conversation or whatever. Miss Parker, however, whether or not she was acting or not, or whether or not she was being sincere or real. She didn't really want a great debate or whatever. She wanted to talk about comics. So I'll humor her with some of the requests that she made about her YouTube channel. But again, Ms. Parker is not somebody I trust. As a lot of you say, that has to be earned. All right. So anyway, let's take a look at this stream here. We're going to take a look at this Hannibal Monty stuff here. Every now and then I'll take a peek at this live chat, but right now I'm not looking at it. So let's I want to say this too. I will not be granting BurntToast the opportunity to come in the room, nor will I grant Monty the opportunity. When I do a stream and I give you the link to come in the room so that you can clear the air about some stuff, take advantage of it, because you're not going to always get that opportunity with me. If you choose to waste my time and make me believe that I'm dealing with a troll, then guess what? That's your problem. Now, there's going to be some echo in this video, guys. I apologize about that. Nothing I can do about it. Bear with it, all right? As I don't feel like going back and forth to unmuting myself on StreamYard, and I just don't know how to do that. So let's get into it.
I've no intros, none of that shit. I'm about to pull up the G-Man stream. Let me send Toast the link first. We're early. No intros, none of that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. But here we go. Sending Toast the link right now. Let's see. Right there. She'll be in here any second. She's waiting for it. There we go. Sent. There we go. Now let me get back to StreamYard. Link is in.
There is absolutely nothing I can do about the echo. There's absolutely nothing I can do about the echo. I'm sorry about that. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not going back and forth to unmute myself on StreamYard. So you're going to have to deal with the echo for this. I'm sorry. Until I get Zoom, which is what I'm planning on doing, there's nothing I can do about it.
Sent to Toast. What's up, J. Troy Doe? Top Malicote. He's live right now. This bitch is live right now. And what is my phone? What's happening on my phone? Shit. Yeah, I just sent it, Toast. Just sent it. There you go.
Yeah, I just got your email. Sorry about that.
Gotcha. No, it's okay. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what was up.
Now, the first thing that I want to say, and by the way, if I'm sounding like I'm chewing food, I am. The first thing that I want to say is, you see how BurntToast came on Monty's channel to talk about me. BurntToast didn't want to be in the same room with me. That's the first sign of when you know somebody doesn't know what they're talking about, and when you got them on the run. That's sign number one.
On my phone, I just clicked live, and let me turn my ringer off so it.
He is so upset.
He is. We're about to pull it up. Yes.
Okay, so a little as a matter of fact, let's come out of this because this is going to take a little bit of time to explain. I don't want no echo on this. You guys heard BurntToast, right? Now remember, BurntToast is a reaction atheist. All right. She's also a YouTube troll. Trolls are here to make you angry. So if I don't be angry, if I'm not angry, she's not doing her job. And the rest of the trolls that watch her won't financially support her anymore, because a troll's job is to get under your skin and to get you to behave in a certain manner. I can assure you of this. When I did my stream, I was not mad and I was not angry. I personally think they lie on purpose to determine whether or not somebody is angry in order to solicit money from other people. I honestly and truthfully believe this. If you went to one of these reaction people and said, do you know the difference between joy and happiness? I don't think they know. I don't think they know the difference between sadness and depression. I don't think they know the difference between anger and passion. To do that, you must be educated. Remember what the title of my video was last night. I personally believe that BurntToast is an airhead. There's not a lot going on in her brain. All right. For her to be able to make these comparisons, to know what emotion they're listening to at a given time. There are videos on YouTube that you can compare and contrast with my other videos to know when I'm angry. And I can recommend the videos to you when I'm ripping on Veckel. I'm ripping on some of my old friends. Well, not my old friends, some of my friends. When I'm ripping on Atheists. When I'm ripping on GP. I got videos. There are videos on YouTube that exist where I'm angry. And then there are videos where I'm passionate. And again, you have to have an education. And this is a slight slap on BurntToast. I do not believe this girl knows the difference between a person who is passionate about the things that they're saying or being very good at expressing themselves, as opposed to a person who's angry. Starting to wonder if she's ever seen an angry black man before. Because she claims that she's dark-skinned, but doesn't know how black people behave when they're angry. I don't think she understands these things. A lot of times when they're doing their streams, they don't think what they're going to say through first. That's why sometimes you hear me pause and think about what I'm going to say before I say it, because I understand how things will come across to other people. You understand what I'm saying? So, no, you're not going to hear me being angry. You hear me being passionate. You want to hear me angry? Go find the stream when those people went on my property and slashed those tires. That's me being angry. There's a lot of proof on hearing me being angry. I don't think this young little girl here, whether she's in her 20s or whatever, I think she is in her 20s, but whether or not this little girl or not is educated enough or qualified, really. Let's use that word. Educated is not good enough. I don't think that she's qualified to talk about other people's emotions. And for me to say that about a woman, you know, that's a dig. But anyway, let's go back to the video, because she doesn't know the difference between these things. And I'm sorry about the echo. There's nothing I can do about it.
What I think is really funny
What's that?
is that he posted a link because now he's demanding that I join him, which that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I've already joined panels in the past.
Yeah.
I think it was like a year ago.
Before she got 1,000 subscribers. Let's continue. We'll get to that in a minute.
Twice, and all he did was scream and then mute me. So there's really no point if he's going to act like that. Besides, last time I was on there, he blocked me and then told me that he was not going to unblock me from StreamYards unless I, quote, showed my body privately to him.
Not really sure I said that. I said that you have to cut your camera on so we can see what you look like. That's what I wanted her to do. Okay. They always like to add things to what I said here on YouTube, but I'll let her video respond to this and we'll see what she actually said, since the stream exists on my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? But again, she said that she's already joined panels. This is what happens, ladies and gents, when your channel gets a little bit big. Your head start getting big and you start thinking you're better than everybody. Now, I've been through that a little bit myself, to be perfectly honest. So I can't really blame her for saying that kind of thing. But I will say this, where I'm different than a lot of other people here on YouTube. Yes, I'm very open. I'll talk to the average smo out there. The moment you have me thinking I'm wasting my time, the moment you have me thinking the moment you have a person like me thinking you're not worth the air, oh, you ain't got to worry about getting the invite. I'll just talk about you forever. And if I say the wrong thing and you want me to come into your room, you should have thought about that before you decided to say you didn't want to talk to me no more. Because I can play that game too. I ignored Dragnet for a whole year to prove that I can ignore people on here. Well, that's not the only reason, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? But she's got big YouTuber-itis or whatever now, right? You know, I think she has 11,000 subscribers, I think. She either has 10 or 11, or maybe she got more than me. I don't know. I think she has like 11,000 subscribers, I think, altogether or whatever. But the point is that she got big YouTuber-itis without understanding. If she compares herself to the Amazing Atheist or Dusty Smith or one of those guys who actually got real channels, she doesn't understand how puny she really is at the end of the day. I'm puny. Drag is puny. Who's somebody on this in this thing here that's got a lot of I mean, even Nate the Lawyer is puny compared to like the Amazing Atheist. He has 1 million subscribers. Nate the Lawyer, I believe, has 100,000, if I'm not mistaken. If you compare the two, they're not that, you know, the Amazing Atheist has been on here longer and has been doing this at a certain pace or whatever, and he has a bigger channel or whatever. But that's all BurntToast is basically saying at the end of the day. She's self-important. What she wants to be able to do is to go on her YouTube channel and say whatever she wants to say about people without being challenged. That's all that is. And then, as I said in previous videos, when you're dealing with cults and you're dealing with con men and con women, one of the ways that you can know that they're lying to people is when they don't want to be challenged. I went on her YouTube channel. I went on there very briefly to confront her about some of the things that she was saying. And in my own personal opinion, I believe by going in there by saying, prove this, why don't you come to me when I've, and this is something that we're going to talk about today. I've physically been in the room or in the house with Shani and Rev, and I've been around those kids. I see what's going on. This girl has never been around them a day in her life. All she's doing is receiving information and claiming she knows what's going on. That threatens her. It threatens her livelihood. So she doesn't want to be in the same room with me because she knows I'm making sense when I say this. Again, would you rather ask the person who claims that they're getting information from somebody, or would you rather talk to the person who has been around them? Shani's going to be able to tell you things about me that Drag will never be able to tell you. Rev's going to be able to tell you things about me that BurntToast and the rest of these other people on YouTube will never be able to tell you. You want to know why? They've been around me. They see me happy, they see me sad, and they have seen me angry. And they're going to be able to say things and know things about me the rest of you don't know. So BurntToast, I don't believe that's the reason why you don't want to be in the room. You can simply make demands. You can say, look, if I come in your room, I want to be able to speak without being interrupted. That's what people do when you want to be respected on people's channels. Because if I went on your channel, let's say you invited me tomorrow and you say, G-Man, I want you to come on. Let's schedule something to have this talk. I might say to you, okay, I'll come on here under one condition. I want to be able to speak for 3 minutes without being interrupted. If you can't do that, then no, thank you. That's different because now I'm saying that I'm willing to come on the channel. And I'm saying I want to be respected when I come on your channel. BurntToast didn't say that. BurntToast is afraid they're going to stomp a mud hole in her again regarding this topic. I know I'm right. I see the momentum that I have against these people regarding this topic. Now, a lot of you atheists are going to sit here and say, gee, man, you ain't got no momentum. Drag's been doing this. And listen to me, you can live a fantasy world all you want. But in the world of reality, none of them have addressed these serious issues that I'm talking about. All Drag said was he laughed, he thought it was funny, and he didn't care or whatever. He never gave us a well thought out answer, except for when he looked visibly upset about something that I said. You understand what I'm saying? You guys need to know something about me. Morality. When we're talking about right and wrong, whether or not somebody's a horrible person, this is a topic that if you come and talk to me about, you better know what you're doing. Because if you don't, you're going to look silly. All right. A lot of people are angry and upset with me because of the way I talk to BurntToast. Let's just face it. A lot of you don't like me calling her a whore. I'm not calling her a physical whore where she goes out there with men and sleeps with men. And what I'm doing with BurntToast is I'm showing her that she's willing to say and almost do anything on camera in order to get views. She's just doing it with her voice. That's what we will call a view whore, a person who wants constant attention on themselves. Once I make my point with BurntToast, I will be able to do the next 20 to 30 to 40 months without responding to her one time. Because I'm like, look at this video there. Look at that video there. Look at that video there. I've already addressed those issues because I'm dealing with who she really is at the end of the day. I'm getting past all the comedic nonsense. I'm getting past all of that stuff. And I'm dealing with who she really is. And what she is a comedian. And in my humble opinion, a joke. But let's continue.
Oh my God, I didn't know about that.
He said that. And that's what began the creative process of making the horror music video.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what gave me the idea for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this about BurntToast's YouTube channel. I find her to be a lot more entertaining than some of these other reaction people. I said that in past videos. I also find Miss Parker to be a little bit more entertaining than, let's say, Drag or the Geek Room. The Geek Room is just dry and boring. You know what I mean? I don't believe they put real effort into their trolling when they go on their YouTube channel, nor do I believe Dragnut does. Dragnut, for example, wanted to tease me about my speech, and he had a fake secretary hand him a piece of paper, and he went but, and all this other nonsense that he was doing on his YouTube channel. You know what I mean? And even some Christians on there must have gotten a chuckle out of him doing that and whatnot. But here's the thing, though. At least with BurntToast, she has an intro that looks original. She knows how to crack a joke, even though when she monologues a little bit too long, she gets a little boring sometimes. But she puts music in her things, and she knows how to be a little bit more entertaining. And there's TV value there. Miss Parker does the same thing. She has TV value when she's talking to her audience. She calls them the petty fam and all this other stuff and whatnot. Dragnut and those guys are lazy with their production, and all of you know I'm telling the truth with that. You just won't say anything about it because you guys are afraid of that dude. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to admit, BurntToast and Miss Parker are a lot more entertaining to listen to, even though they're disrespecting people and everything and whatnot, than Dragnut. You know what I mean? So as far as her music video that she did, the only reason I don't put the time and the energy to hand her a receipt and maybe put her in a movie she don't want to be in, based on what I've been calling her, I'll put it to you that way. The only reason I don't do that is because I'm trying to stay really focused on this one point, that the woman is a hypocrite, and I don't want to lose track of that. I could have a lot of fun with BurntToast if I wanted to. She ain't the only. I already know the programs that she's using to make those. I got the same programs myself. I can do the same thing, but you know what? I'm like, I'll stick to the voiceovers for right now. I don't feel like doing that other stuff and whatnot. But when I do, y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be real mad at me. Not by you saying you're a Christian. And by the way, so will the church. They'll be mad at me too, because I will go there with her. She just don't know.
There he is.
But that being said, you don't mind if I call you a non-believer, right?
That's great. I just want to have it.
Yeah.
Why is it wrong to neglect children, BurntToast? Why is it wrong, BurntToast, to be dishonest? Now, for those of you who don't know why I was asking that question last night, and this is very important to what I was doing during that portion of the show. First of all, we can all, I think, because I'm dealing with atheists here, and you guys got some weird beliefs. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Y'all got some weird beliefs. So I'm going to say this. I think at least 99% of us, or 98% of us, believe that child neglect is wrong. The reason why I was asking this is because BurntToast is making a lot of big claims about who's a good person and who isn't. I want a basis for this. I want to know what she's basing it on. Remember now, this girl calls herself a Christian. Okay? I want to know what she's basing all of this on. BurntToast don't want to get into a theological discussion with me about that because BurntToast knows she'll be a smear underneath my sneaker if she tried it. Let's continue. BurntToast, in your fictional world that you live in.
All right.
Like I'm dying to hear
this. We're back.
Why do you think adultery is wrong? Why do you think
it's wrong to say you want to come to me?
And by the way, not all atheists believe adultery is wrong. Not all atheists believe it's wrong. Some of them will argue that there are situations where it's good, because they don't believe in absolute right or wrong. They believe that there's many shades of gray, and they believe that that no one can really say that adultery is 100% wrong. I can't do nothing about the echo, guys. I'm sorry if you just came here. Every now and then I'll come out of this and do my thing, but I would have to mute my microphone, then go back and forth.
And then
what do you want to talk to about those things? As a matter of fact, that's what I'll do, so a lot of you can appreciate this. Only an intelligent agent can come in this room and talk about these things. But because you lack a brain and you don't know how to think, I don't.
I made him mad.
You made him mad. Well, today. You know, he's not wrong. And you're a piece of bread. Where is your brain, Toast?
You'll make some excuse saying that you was out with your pimp or whatever it is that you will, or whatever. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, man, I don't believe that you can come here and you can make it, that you can articulate an argument.
Oh my goodness.
It's different when you talk to an audience that's going to agree with you because it hates me. Well, this is what you guys wanted. Y'all wanted me to go back and forth, so I got to talk about this for a little bit. And that's a very true statement that I made there last night. The reaction atheist community knows they can come in the room and say something stupid. They can come in the room and be 100% wrong about what they're saying, and that audience is going to support them. That audience that's going to support them already hates me. So they, as far as they're concerned, they're safe. There's no way for us to be able to determine whether or not my position that I have is right or wrong. I can promise you this, though. If I did that same stream on the Christian channel, on my G-Man channel, on my other channel, I guarantee you at least 10 Christians when it came in there and when they said, G-Man don't really believe that, G-Man don't really believe that. And I'd have been like, yeah, at least you understand this. You know what I mean? But the problem with this particular channel is that the majority of the people that are subbed on this channel, they already support BurntToast. She can't do nothing wrong. She can't do nothing wrong. So there's no way we can objectively see whether or not there's a problem with what she's saying. The moment I take her off of this channel and I bring her to my other channel, let me tell you something. I'll hang her out to dry. I will, the moment I say that girl is a Christian to my audience, and I show them to that, and I show them to the, and I screen share her YouTube channel, nobody is calling her their sister in Christ. Nobody, not a pastor, not a deacon, not even the Universalists are going to say she's a Christian. I would be shocked if they did that. Even the Hebrew Israelites like, nah, you ain't no Christian. Nah, you ain't no follower of Christ. There's zero evidence of that on your YouTube channel. But when I'm on this channel, they already support BurntToast. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no way to objectively be able to determine whether or not she's right or wrong about anything. That's why I make my videos about her and I say what I got to say and I keep it moving. And I already know, and I like to thank the people at least who are trying to be objective in these conversations, or rather in these videos that I'm doing, at least starting to understand where I'm coming from. I believe the girl's a hypocrite. I believe that she thinks it's okay, and this is important, guys. It's okay for BurntToast to get on here and laugh at other people, make fun of other people. You do it to her, all of a sudden I'm a bad person. What kind of drugs are you guys using? Let's get back to the video.
What?
This audience can't stand me, but at least I got my integrity.
No, you
I
don't.
have self-respect.
Where?
You, on the other hand, is selling yourself out every single day for not very much money, kind of like Miss Parker.
What?
And you're going out there and you're making all of these moral claims, but I don't see you backing it up with anything. You keep saying that child neglect is wrong, but according
I mean, the the courts in Pennsylvania took the kids.
Your claims.
Yes.
I can do the same thing.
So,
no, I didn't say that. She made that argument. Do you guys remember what the show was yesterday about why I thought a lot of women were airheads? Right? She just said because the court said it, therefore it's true. Really? What was the ruling on Roe versus Wade recently? Anybody? What was the ruling on Roe versus Wade? It was a court ruling on whether or not atheism was a religion or not. Do you guys remember that one? The court said a lot of different things. Doesn't necessarily make it right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? BurntToast talks, but she doesn't think her things through very well at all. This is how I know there's a major age difference between the two of us, because she doesn't think her answers out very well at all, because she doesn't know the consequences for when she answers these things, but I know them. That's why I wanted you all to hear that. But let's continue.
that's proof that they were abused.
Yeah,
I can do it to anybody.
Yeah.
In this community,
but if I'm not mistaken,
recognize Jesus Christ.
I can't call you sometimes because you're at work, right?
Yes.
Like I'll call sometimes and you won't answer because you're at work.
Right.
This is why you don't always get video
right?
Because I don't really care about your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care about Tad's opinion.
Like I literally don't care what he thinks of me. I think it's funny.
You're pointing it out. Why are you doing
it? It is. My only beef with him is that he, and I'm going to say she who shall not be named,
yeah,
which I try not to. My only beef is he's trying to use this bullhorn Betty shit.
What if I said that the very things that you blame everybody else for,
and
that you do yourself?
I really need him not
to. BurntToast are a horrible person. See, here's the thing. You guys have spent a couple of things. Let me stop screen sharing this. Okay, so let me get this straight here. She doesn't care what I think, but when you go to her YouTube channel, she keeps responding to what I think. And if you didn't care what I thought, explain this, please.
So if you're female, apparently the way that he thinks that you should do it, the moral, quote unquote, moral way that he thinks that you should go about building your channel is to get on camera and, quote, show your body. And yeah, G-Man, couple things. No one is jealous of you. Let's list the ways, shall we? You're homeless. You bounce around from.
Well, first and foremost, I'm not homeless, and number two, she does care about what I think, because I talked about her. I gave her some suggestions about how to get more views on her channel, and she just cut her camera on, look in the camera, and smile and show her pretty little face. That a lot of these younger horny guys out there will subscribe to her YouTube channel. I mean, there's a lot of women out there that did this. I mean, let's count the ways. Jacqueline Glenn, Bionic Dance, even though she doesn't like men. There's Christina Rad. There's a whole bunch of atheist women that actually went out there and actually did these things. And that's not me being disrespectful. That's me keeping it real and being quite blunt about it too, if you want to be perfectly honest. Miss Parker's actually doing it, to be perfectly honest. But the point of the matter is that I was just giving you a suggestion, and you cared very much about what I thought, because you believed by going to your audience, telling them that I'm, trying to suggest that I'm a sexist pig and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's all fine and well, but I understand I live in a world filled with a bunch of sensitive, super duper sensitive people, and the proof of that is, how about we watch some reruns of one of my favorite shows growing up, and that's Different Strokes. I bet you a lot of you couldn't handle that. Or perhaps we should watch some reruns of The Jeffersons, or perhaps Sanford and Son, and let's see how this generation deal with that. Or let's take a look at the WWE Attitude Era and see and see how the women was treated in WWE and see how that passed through today. No, this wacky, sensitive generation that we're living in today couldn't handle that at all. Okay, so yeah, she cares about what I think. She talks about me all the time on her YouTube channel. So, and like I said, if I'm such a nobody, an insignificant turd who ain't nobody and ain't significant at the end of the day, why is a girl who gets 700 live viewers, I'm gonna throw this in her face for the rest of her life, by the way, until she addresses this, why does somebody who gets 700 live viewers care what a guy who can barely put 3 live viewers up believes? You understand what I'm saying? There's some inconsistencies there with what she's saying. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, no, BurntToast, you care a lot. Now, as far as you go, Monty, saying that I'm using Bullhorn Betty as a weapon against Frank. You need to mind your business. That's what you need to do. You need to mind your business, Monty. I get he's your friend and everything, and y'all peeps and all, but you need to mind your business. You really do. All right? Because I can involve you in that too if I want. Although it'd be kind of corny, and I don't think it'd be worth it. I would rather just focus on, that member of the geek room. You know what I mean? One of the things that I do want to say to the atheist reaction community is this. The bigger you get, the more enemies you make. I warned Drag. I warned BurntToast. I warned all of them. I said, I hope you get 100,000 subscribers. You want to know why? Think about all of the enemies that they're going to make and how many of them are going to do the work for me and just expose you. You understand what I'm saying? And believe you me, these people got some enemies on here. You can only tease people on here, get involved in their personal life, but so long before it comes back to bite you in the behind. You know what I mean? So I understand YouTube growth. And I remember when I went from what the heck did I go from? I think it was 1,005, I think. I remember when I went from 1,500 to 3,000, I was miserable on YouTube. Because when I say that the trolls came out, they came out. There was a price of going on the Drunken Peasants. Okay, there was a price to pay. And a lot of these people that are growing on here ain't paying no price yet. Not yet, they haven't. They're not going to fully understand until they get there. When their name recognition is so good that they can lose their channels and it could be reborn overnight. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of you just don't get it yet. Y'all really, really, really don't get it yet. Anyway, let's get back to this Monty and BurntToast, because we're going to be looking at quite a bit of this ridiculous show he did. But I'm going to let this play for a little bit because, like I said, these two say a lot of dumb things in the stream. So much time pointing the finger at everybody else. Let's take a look at you, BurntToast. Your entire YouTube career has been about, now I'm going to talk about everybody you talk about on your channel, without mentioning names. All you do on your YouTube platform, BurntToast, is put people down. That's it. That is literally what you are here for. You are here.
I'll let you handle that. You can defend your channel if you need to.
Not much of a career or life you have at all.
Yeah, I'm not going to apologize for making fun of abusers.
Yes, exactly. And I'm just going to say this. My
7 days a week.
This is on top of that, the shit that drives me completely insane with him. And I talked to a couple people today. Well, one person in particular put some shit in perspective for me. And I'm not going to let him get under my skin and get me pissed off. But the thing that is upsetting is he will not stop to listen. If this fucker cares so much about children and wants to use that about how the atheist reaction community is abusing children,
they're always telling you guys.
Then he should not. He should stop and listen to me when I tell him he is attacking an innocent child that has nothing to do with YouTube. That is what he's planning on doing, and he won't stop to hear that.
Right.
And
because he doesn't actually care about kids.
Yeah, that innocent child happens to be.
Y'all heard that? According to, I don't know anything at all, BurntToast. I don't care about kids, but BurntToast, let's put your resume against mine real quick here, since you guys like to brag about your accomplishments and how successful you are. Let's just look at me real quick and see whether or not I care about kids or whether or not you care about kids. When, regardless of how Shani and Rev lost that money or whatever, right? Regardless of how it happened, the point of the matter is they were broke. They had no income coming in. They had some stamps that they were getting, but for the most part, they had no real physical money coming in. And there were times when those kids were hungry. I just don't remember you being there, taking them shopping to feed them. I don't recall you being there, BurntToast. If they was here, they would tell you to the extent of how much I helped. And I don't think you would like what they would say to you. All right. So if we're gonna be fair here, BurntToast, we're gonna be fair here. The only person here that don't care about kids around here is you. I'm just saying that. I mean, we're gonna compare resumes. Let's do that, right? Then there's Monty talking about how I'm gonna put an innocent kid, and this is what G-Man's planning. I told Monty that when he does a Hannibal Monty show, when they do their little weekly show or whatever, if he wants to talk about this, he give me my little 50 plunger points that he owes me. I will go on the show. By the way, the plunger point thing is a joke. He doesn't owe me no plunger points, so just stop it, okay? But I am more than happy to come to his YouTube channel, and if he can prove his claim to me, I will stop. I have proven this over and over and over again. The problem with these reaction atheists is that you guys are horrible at proving your points. You're absolutely horrible at it. What you do is you speculate. You guys have a lot of faith. I mean, I thought you guys had faith that there wasn't a God. But when it comes to this issue of talking about other people, you guys really have a lot of faith. And I'm kind of wondering if I can borrow some of that. You know what I mean? You guys got some great faith. You ain't got a lot of evidence, that's for sure. You sure don't. Now, since I was there, I could tell you what Shani and Rev does that I totally disagree with. I can totally tell you what they do that I don't agree with. But seeing that you guys ain't nothing but a bunch of busybodies and you're just trying to make money with it, it's really none of your business. And I do find it comical that the stuff that you guys make up out of thin air, how you're able to deceive so many dummies on here who don't do their research and whatnot. So, I mean, like, it is what it is. But you're not going to deceive me because I've been there and I've seen what these two are like. So, yeah, BurntToast, you can get angry at me, or how about this? Not angry. What kind of emotion are you expressing there? I don't know what kind of emotion that you're expressing, but I do know you're lying through your teeth when you say that I don't care about kids. This goes to show how little you know about me, honey. If I'm not mistaken, didn't one of you guys make a YouTube video where those kids claimed they called me daddy? I don't know if it was Drag's channel or if it was whose channel was that? One of you made a YouTube video. I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna make you say it out of your own mouth or out of your sponge. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna take what you said there and then I'm gonna show everybody that clip where you guys was making the claim that they was calling me daddy. See, that's a problem. You guys lie so much. You guys don't even remember what you said in the past. I can't wait till I find that clip though. But let me go back to this again. We'll keep listening to, Monty and his female rant as well as BurntToast.
Mine, and I care very much for
audience to donate,
which is why I keep saying tread lightly.
In this whack economy,
tread lightly.
Please do it. And when you watch me, you get to watch me free at cost. You want to know why? I'm not a sellout.
Well, you get to watch us free at cost, like our laws. Like
I can't be.
People can watch me for free too.
Love our laws, and I appreciate all of you for it. Thank you for all the love I keep seeing on Twitter. wondering if we're going to go live and shit.
Open to the
But
atheist community.
Y'all don't have to pay shit.
Anything for a couple of dollars.
Like, we hardly get super chats on this channel.
I'm pretty sure watching a YouTube video is free.
I'm being a male pig. Or yeah. Look at your YouTube.
Come here and watch us, and it's completely free.
The things that I'm talking about. You're going out there and you're saying whatever needs to be said to appease your
Nightmare's
audience.
blocked in his chat.
You're not going out there and really saying anything.
He has me blocked on everything.
Yeah.
He has a lot of people blocked.
It's not just you, BurntToast. Don't.
Yeah. I'm not blocked. Hang on, let's see.
It's not just you.
Get my keyboard.
Okay, I think a certain person may join his stream.
A lot of your friends that you are in this business.
If she does, tell her
the same thing. I told you she knew that Jules was going to go in there and pretend to be her. I told you she knew. You understand what I'm saying? And then you guys wonder when they come on my stream why I treat them the way I treat them. If you have a reputation on YouTube as being somebody who can be taken seriously, I will take you seriously. If you have a reputation of wasting people's time, however, your experience on my YouTube channel will not be a pleasant one. Then it's just that simple. Now, somebody in the live chat said to me, by the way, this is a shout out to Broghai, I think your name is. Tell me if I pronounced that correctly. Broghai. Somebody brought this to my attention. It says you were the one who claimed the kids called you daddy and it made you feel uncomfortable. I don't remember saying that, but if I did say it, I ain't got no problem claiming that. But one of the things that even Shani does sometimes, and Rev does, especially Rev, they constantly tell me they love me all the time, to the point that it makes me feel very, 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 very uncomfortable. And I try to say, listen, you need to give that to Jesus, because I'm just a human being trying to do what I'm told. That's all I'm trying to do. But I feel very uncomfortable, and oh my God, those kids will hug me a lot. But my thing is that in regard with that, I can't be terrible with kids or don't like kids. If kids are hugging me, telling me they love me, and all this other stuff and whatnot, it's a contradiction of the things that BurntToast is talking about. This is why I don't respect her. I don't respect her intellect. I think that BurntToast is just on here to make money. She does not care about those kids. And like I said, BurntToast, if you're here to make money, why don't you just be honest and tell everybody you're here to make money, and you can give a hoot about any of these people. You would get more respect from people if you just did that, instead of getting on here lying, pretending you cared about those kids, because you don't. And you're lucky they're not old enough to come on here and tell you that to your faces. I don't think you would like what they got to say, to be perfectly honest.
Come here after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if she does, I'm gonna pop
give
out
some
and
orders from the, give some orders, the little puppy.
And it won't go silent this time. Y'all can keep talking.
The roll over and drag rolls over. You know what I mean?
And why does he think we're all communicating with drag on this shit?
Wrong to neglect children. And then what kind of neglect is wrong for children? And I want to know why, because I don't necessarily agree that all neglect is wrong.
Thank you, J. Troy Doe.
You need to define what you mean by that, lady. Everybody, listen to me, BurntToast. You didn't create the heaven and the earth.
Oh, that was Streamlabs. I'll pull up Streamlabs, J. Troy Doe.
You ain't the president. You ain't the governor. You ain't the city. You know what I mean? You don't got no authority to tell somebody else what's right and what's wrong. Where do you get your authority from, BurntToast, to tell somebody that something is right and wrong? You know where I get
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you never claimed you had any authority, did you?
No.
Oh, gee, man, did Jesus Christ give you the authority to call me a whore? Well,
he's just really insecure.
The Bible does talk about how the Israelites was whoring themselves to other gods. In your case, you're whoring yourself to your audience. You have no self-respect and you have no dignity.
Oh boy.
The only reason I talk to you somewhat like a human being, BurntToast, is because I have to as a Christian. But
What?
make no
J. Troy Doe
mistake
said,
about it.
cheers. Thank you.
If you ask me, do I believe you would put up that you're capable of having an intelligent conversation? Police. And I don't know if that's a real
Toast. Oh, that's a sick burn toast. You gonna take that?
Oh wait, I think she's in there.
Because we got so many imitators out there. What I'll do is I'll
awesome.
This is amazing.
Build disclaimer up there.
I love that.
They would
that's not otherwise that I don't claim, right?
Knowing BurntToast, she might try to do it. Who knows? Actually, I like this one right here. Further proof that BurntToast knew that Jules was going to come in the room and pretending to be her. I mean, Jules did such a great job. Even Veckel believed that was BurntToast. When Veckel found out that wasn't BurntToast, you notice that he left the stream. You understand? And all Veckel wanted to know was, does she know what the gospel is? Because remember, BurntToast claims to be a Christian. None of this is making her look good at all. See, a lot of you just don't understand. There's a lot of you atheists like, well, G-Man, who cares if she's a Christian or not? Let me tell you something. It's going to come back to bite her in the butt, because when other people watch her stream and they go, well, I heard about you from G-Man. He said that you was that you claim to be a Christian. And they go take one look at her YouTube channel. They're going to be like, okay, what else is on? She's clearly not that. That immediately affects your credibility. And yes, people still want to hear people who have integrity when they talk, who have a reputation of telling the truth. And I'm sorry, but BurntToast doesn't have that reputation anymore. Not since I started digging in her butt. It's one thing to be funny. It's another thing when you sacrifice your integrity to be funny. When you sacrifice your reputation to be funny. I'm funny. A lot of people in here think I'm funny. Some people don't think I'm funny. But I tell you this, though. I ain't selling out to make nobody laugh. That's for sure. You know, us real adults out here, us real men, nah, we don't play those games. We don't play them. We ain't got time for those kind of games. BurntToast is acting like acting like an unemployed housewife who ain't got nothing better to do than to be a busybody. That's all she's doing. See, BurntToast, this is what happens when you get on YouTube and you start mentioning my name and stuff that my name ain't got nothing to do with. And that's the only reason I'm interested. Had you never mentioned me, had you never talked about me, I honestly wouldn't care, because I know the rest of the stuff that you send in your channel is a figment of your imagination. So, again, and we already talked about your poor interpretation skills when you got that recording from GP. As if you didn't think, oh, I'm not going to give up my sources. As soon as I heard the recording, I knew exactly who gave it to you. You people don't know how to keep nothing to yourselves now, do y'all? But I certainly do, because y'all been trying to get stuff out of me for the longest, but I know when to do my thing. And when I do, you won't see it coming. A little better. How about this? Fair use. I don't want to use this. Hold on.
She's gonna tell him to shut his bitch ass up.
Darwin.
Tell him to come here.
Still pouring on me that.
Yeah.
What about the scripture here?
He wanted to talk to me. I'm right here. He can bring his proof.
His love towards us
and
this and that.
Yeah.
You know,
tell her to not troll hard in the beginning. Get him here.
So, BurntToast, is that you, or you're an imposter?
Here.
Who? Please prove your BurntToast real quick, please. Now, the fact that I didn't know the difference between, pay attention to this now, okay? The fact that I didn't know the difference between BurntToast and Jules goes to show how often I watch BurntToast and how often I watch Jules. The fact that I could not tell with the voices showed you how much I pay attention to BurntToast. I guarantee you BurntToast cares more about me than I do about her. I guarantee it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Toast.
You don't sound like BurntToast. You sound like
Cons
an imposter.
people. She made him spend $1,300.
You're a little bitch, Gary.
True nightmare.
Okay, that is BurntToast. There we go. I was waiting for something. So BurntToast, why is it wrong? Well, first of all, how was your day today?
Fantastic.
Oh my god, he's so dumb.
Fantastic.
He is.
I saw your what was it? G-Man for Dummies show, I think it was, or whatever it was called. What was that called?
Yeah, it's
And y'all remember when Monty came in my room, because we're probably not going to get that far. You guys remember when Monty came into my room? I said, Monty, you're probably live on your show. Somebody's probably sniping this, because I already accepted it. I know a lot of people, every time I go live to get cheap views for their YouTube channel, they will go live when I go live and will take my stream and put it on their channel. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of used to it. I'm very numb to it. It's like I've been punched in the arm over and over and over and over again. I just don't feel it no more. It don't bother me no more. You know what I mean? So I knew somebody was going live. And I even said that he probably was streaming it on his channel. You know what I mean? And I was right. I just didn't check because I didn't care. You know what I mean? So if YouTube ever gives me the option to take these things down, if I can click a button or whatever, and I didn't want that stuff, I'm just gonna click the button to get it off that way. But for the most part, it just proves that Monty's not relevant without a person like me or talking about somebody else. It's just the truth. And I'm very tickled by it. I'm very at first I used to get mad about it, but now there's nothing to get mad about, to be perfectly honest. It ain't nothing but a plus. Monty's got people watching him that don't know nothing about me. That's how you got to look at it. For those of you smaller YouTube channels out there, or even the big channels, if you want to get your name out there, I hate to say it like this, but use these reaction people. Say something on there that like a rebuke and reprove. If you want to grow your channel, find a way to engage with these guys. Get them talking about you for a little bit, because once they start talking about you, they will never ever shut up, and you'll have all the free advertising you could ever dream of. That's the one thing, the only good thing about these reaction people. You don't got to pay for advertising, and trust me, on YouTube, advertising can get expensive if you got to constantly advertise your YouTube platform. The problem is, I think I kind of hit my peak with the reaction people, because all of them know who I am now. So at some point, I'm going to have to spend some money and do some advertising, because these people are not very well known out there or whatever. You know what I mean? They're barely getting subs themselves. So the point of the matter is that these people are going to advertise your stuff for you for free. Take advantage of it while you can, because eventually they're going to wise up and understand what they're doing. Okay, try to take advantage of it while you can. The smaller YouTube channels that's out there, say something to get their attention and get them to advertise your channel. All right, because once they start talking, everybody and their mama is going to come. Trust me.
G-Men for Dummies. The people who watch it and like it, and I get paid to do it. So
Get them, Juice.
I understand that, but what was the video called though? What was the name of it?
G-Men for Dummies.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh my God.
So your day was good. You uploaded a video.
Oh my God.
All right, serious talk now. At least I think you.
I love her so much.
Why is it wrong to
Jules
neglect
is
children?
Why is it wrong to neglect children?
Yeah, there's a lot of criminals that would disagree with you.
He
Why is it
misspelled
wrong
my
to neglect
name.
children?
Dumbass.
Did he?
Yeah.
Why is it wrong to have an abortion?
Oh, it's very wrong to have an abortion, because Jesus Christ said it was wrong. Why is it wrong to neglect children?
It's wrong.
Quick pros and cons. It is funny that Jules came in there pretending to be BurntToast. You want to know what's even more funny regarding Jules coming in there pretending that she was BurntToast? Do you know how many people are not going to watch this stream that watched the stream last night that's going to believe I destroyed BurntToast? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? There are people out there that's going to believe I destroyed BurntToast. But in reality, I destroyed Jules. Either one of them would have did anyway, because they're both female. So it doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? So If BurntToast wants other people representing her in a trollish fashion, this tells you a lot about BurntToast. BurntToast is not a person with journalistic integrity. She does not know how to have an adult conversation. Instead, she would rather get someone with a worse reputation than she has. Because I don't know what's worse, being a view whore or being a backstabber. We got to take a vote on that, on which is worse, a backstabber or a view whore. Jules is a backstabber. See, Jules was pretending to be, and I tried to warn Shan. I tried to warn her. I tried to warn her. But no, she good peoples. She good peoples. Mind your business, she man. She stabbed right in the back. So who are these other people coming here? They good people. They're good people. Stabbed right in the back. Shanny, they pretend to be your friends, and then they take the information that you give them and they use it against you. You either like this kind of thing happening to you, or you got to start learning from it. You understand? So the bottom line is that whether it was BurntToast or Jules, it doesn't negate the show that there's a lot of women on here that are airheads. Now, there's some people out there that's going to say, gee, man, that's not nice. You shouldn't say things like that. Well, you have a YouTube platforms. You can do a show on feminism. You can invite me on there and you can prove me wrong. Problem is, you're not going to do a show. You're not going to do something on feminism. You're not going to have a fair show where people can talk, and you're not going to be able to accomplish that. You got one time to do a show saying that G-Man's an airhead. Let's give him the link and bring him in here. G-Man, you're an airhead because you didn't think out the Shanny stuff very well. Oh, really? Let's talk about that then. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just cut from a different cloth. So anyway, let me go back into this, but we're only gonna watch a few more minutes of this because at this point the trolling begins. So
Wrong. Your mom should have aborted you. So
Oh
that's,
my God.
you know, that's why I think it's wrong.
Got him.
okay, that's great. That's great. So why?
What's up,
is it
Fidel
wrong to
Castro?
neglect children? You keep telling people I neglect the kids. Why is it wrong?
Why didn't you pay the water bill and electricity bill to keep the kids in the house?
Did
Where's
you
my
take your
fucking
Ritalin
jacket?
today?
Did I take my what?
Your Ritalin.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
Ritalin.
Ritalin. This is medication for retarded people. Did you take it today?
Oh my God.
Like, I'm just saying though, like,
Oh my God.
'cause you can't stay on topic for some reason. I think you're brain damage. I don't know.
Oh my God. You're
I don't
Ritalin.
know, man. I think you're a
So,
result of
Marcos,
brain
answer my
damage, my
question.
guy.
I just want to know, because let's say you're right, because you're the only person on
How
YouTube,
does he
the
not
only person in the
know?
reaction community. who actually
He's
corrected
dumb.
himself
He's dumb.
over that. So basically, the rest of the stream is basically BurntToast, ducking and hiding and not wanting to deal with reality. So there's no need to respond to any more of it. But you guys get the picture. I told you that BurntToast was not a person who acts like an adult. BurntToast can make a claim that G-Man neglected kids. BurntToast will never be able to prove I neglected kids. And as for the audio, BurntToast, since you're going to watch this and you cannot come in here to defend yourself because I gave you that opportunity yesterday and you didn't want to take it. You know what I mean? So you only got yourself to blame for that. Tell me something. Whose responsibility is it to pay the utilities? Whose responsibility was it to do that? Since you know so much, BurntToast. I'm just saying. How about I help you out here a little bit? Because you're airhead and all, we know you can't think. The parents are supposed to pay it, right? How are the parents supposed to pay it if they don't have any money, BurntToast? Follow the logic here now, okay? Why can't they make money? Because every time they get on YouTube and they get AdSense, and they get ready to get paid, you guys go into Discord and you have discussions about flagging them down. I'm just saying. Every time you see them be successful and get 1,000 subs, you flag them down. Nobody's stupid. We see what you guys are doing. So I don't take responsibility for neglect. See, I give that responsibility to people like yourself. because it is you who's preventing the parents from being able to make money to be able to provide for their children. We both know that if parents cannot make money, they will not be able to provide for minors. Do you understand that, young lady? Because I don't think you understand that at all. I think you're too busy wanting to be a comedian and a bad comedian at that. Although I do laugh at some of the stuff on your channel, but not because of something that you said or whatever, but it's because of some of the points that the people that you tease on here or whatever. You can I put this nicely? You gotta accept some responsibility for your role in them not being able to come on YouTube to make money. See, you and your crew is so depraved that the only people that has the right to make any money on here are atheists. Let me say this again. You and your friends on here believe that the only people on YouTube who should be able to make any money on here, and when I say your friends, let me be very specific. I ain't just talking about the 4 or 5 major reaction channels. I'm talking about all the people that follow them. They literally, and when I say all of them, I'm talking about a lot of the viewing audience is watching now. Not all of the viewing audience, but a lot of it. The people that watch drag, just go look at his live chat replays and you'll see what I'm talking about. When they're telling Shani and Rev to starve, when they want the kids to starve, go read the chats. Go look at what happened when they first went to PA. I want you to look at what they was doing. I want you to look at it, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. They don't want to see them succeed. They keep telling them to get a job, but Rev said it best. He said, oh yeah, he'll get a job, and then you guys will just work to get him fired. And you're doing it for the lulz. Then you want to get on YouTube unchallenged and try to look like these good guys and everything on here. No, I'm reviewing all of this. I'm looking at what all of you are doing, and I'm calling you hypocrites. Because what if legislation was passed for you as an atheist to be discriminated against in the United States? You'll be crying like a little baby, but you militant atheists here on YouTube, all you want to do is attack other people on here that you don't like. You understand what I'm saying? So don't give me this garbage that they don't want to provide. Y'all don't want them to provide. And I'm willing to testify on their behalf to prove that, because I can prove that in my sleep. I can prove that in my sleep. And like I said, I have in my phone saved the number to at least 2 people in CPS that is dealing directly with those 2. And when I say those 2, I mean Shani and Rev. They know who's helping them and who isn't. You atheists aren't doing anything. All you're doing is getting on here making money off of somebody else's misery, like Mr. Brokenut was bragging about when he was on his YouTube channel, when he wasn't thinking about the stupid stuff that was coming out of his mouth. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get to come on my YouTube platform and say, oh, G-Man, you don't care about kids. Hey, G-Man, you don't care. I don't remember you feeding them. I don't remember you buying them clothes. I don't remember you doing anything, BurntToast, except laughing at them. And I don't think Shani and Rev knows to the extent to how much you've been laughing at them and what you said that you want to have happen to them. But G-Man knows. G-Man is fully in the know on just how evil you are at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So you can get on here and lie, say G-Man's angry. You can get on here and say G-Man's guilty of neglect. But woman, I beat you so bad that you had to go on Monty's YouTube channel to talk about me behind my back, because you know if we had a direct conversation, I would absolutely whip your behind, and you know it. Okay? And I would do it all in the name of Jesus to show everybody what kind of a hypocrite you are at the end of the day. Listen to me, BurntToast. Please stick to the teenagers and the little girls and little boys that subscribe to your YouTube channel that like drama and likes people calling other people names. That's your role. That's what you do in your YouTube channel. But when you come to mine, we have adult conversations here. If you're going to accuse G-Man of child neglect, at least for crying out loud, have some proof for it. Have some proof for it. And stop acting like you guys are the only two people. I'm sorry, that you're one of the few people in here that can call CPS. Because you're not. You ain't the only people that can call the police. You ain't the only people in here that can call detectives to go follow people around. You people need to start understanding you ain't the only ones around here with money. You understand what I'm saying? So, and until y'all get this through y'all cocky, conceited, arrogant heads, you're never going to understand that all you're doing is getting on here and making claims that are unchallenged. And for the Christians that are watching this, even some of the atheists that are watching this, ask yourself this question. When they make their claims, how many times are they being challenged on it? Think about that a minute. Do you realize that you're accepting somebody's story without hearing the counter? Because there's always two sides to every story. You want to know when somebody's being intellectually honest is when they're willing to have both sides be heard. And I gave BurntToast the opportunity to come in this room. Clearly, BurntToast doesn't want to take this heat. Because I'm good at what I do, BurntToast. Your journalistic credibility is in question now. I'm telling everybody that you're a liar and you don't know what you're talking about. Now, I will say this, as I said when Drag was in the room. You'd be surprised how many people, how many times, or how many times Drag occasionally tells the truth on his YouTube channel when he's talking about me. The problem is he lies so much that it's hard to take the guy seriously. And the same thing with BurntToast. You're the same way. Oh, I'm not going to give up my source. Listen to me. I know who your source is. And your source got played out the other day. Just like I know the other sources that's going to pop up out of the blue. I can't wait for that to happen. Watch how fast I call them out. At least the ones that actually know me anyway. Not the ones that you guys pretend exist or whatever. You know what I mean? So, is G-Man guilty of child neglect? The answer is no. What I'm guilty of is this, and I'm guilty as charged on this. I'm guilty for trying to help people who I couldn't stand a couple of years ago. Let me say this again. I'm guilty of helping a couple of people on YouTube to whom I couldn't stand a couple of years ago. People that I was plotting revenge against. I told them these things. You know what I mean? But then the Lord dealt with me. Said you can't harbor all of this hatred in your heart. And I had to forgive Shanny and Rev for my sake, because I was getting fevers. I was waking up in the middle of the night. When I say that nobody on YouTube, not even Drag, that nobody's ever gotten under my skin the way Shanny did, it's just the truth. Nobody. I couldn't even stream. I was so angry because I was using those words you never heard come out of my mouth before. Very angry. So I'm guilty of helping people on here I didn't like at one time. That is why you don't like me, BurntToast. It has nothing to do with my jokes about women, because I think by now most people know where I'm coming from regarding my statements. If you have ever watched me talk about the role of a husband and a wife and women in general on a serious platform and not on one of these reaction joke channels, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can actually review those and see what I'm talking about. I have several videos on the G-Man channel talking about this matter. And you'll see women going, amen, 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 amen. Except the feminists who ain't that crazy about it. That's all fine and well. I can't do nothing for you. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even think Shanny's a feminist, to be perfectly honest. Because one minute, she's an independent woman, and Shanny's going to yell at me later for saying this, but I don't care. she says that she's a feminist. And I said this to her face too. She said she's a feminist. I'm saying that, you know, men this and men that and everything and whatnot. But she always depends on men to do stuff for her. I'm just saying, like I said, I'm not a feminist because I think there's too much hypocrisy with the whole feministic movement. Way too much of it. But that's what I'm guilty of. I'm not guilty of neglecting children. I'm guilty of feeding them. And that drove y'all crazy. Y'all was angry when y'all found out I was feeding those kids. Y'all was angry when y'all found out that I was giving them somewhere to live. Y'all was angry when y'all found out I was giving them clothes. I've never seen nothing like that before in my life. And I've talked to just about everybody on here. The Satanists. I've talked to Roman Catholics, other Christians, atheists on here, agnostics, militant atheists, Muslims. I talk to a lot of different people on here, but I've never seen people get angry because you feed kids and get them somewhere to live. Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Now, let me say this. I'm going to need to get permission from Rev first and Shanny. Actually, to tell you the truth, I really don't need their permission, but out of respect, I'm going to let them know what I'm going to do. And if they have a strong objection to it, I won't do it. I am sick. This is the thing that is irritating me, though. So you can call this a combination of passion and anger, what I'm about to say right now. I'm getting a little bit tired of hearing people tell me that I never tried to help Rev find a job. Y'all going to eat crow in my very next stream on that one. When G-Man activate, no, not G-Man. What are we going to call that stream? You know what? Maybe I'll call it G-Man activates help wanted mode. Maybe we'll call it that to prove a point to this entire YouTube community. If you don't know what you're talking about, it's best that you keep your mouth shut. Because ain't nobody who's been watching me for any period of time thinking that I'm just going to let somebody just layer. Y'all must be crazy. Y'all don't know who the heck y'all listening to. Not me. Now, if I am incorrect about anything that I'm saying, I will try to be on the Hannibal and Monty show, and we can talk about this stuff on the Hannibal and Monty show. I'm making myself available to be on that show. However, it depends on the day that is on, because I train for my marathons and I need to rest after I finish these long runs. And I don't be in the mood to be on YouTube with all the aches and pains I'll be going through. As long as it's on one of those rest days, I'll go on Hannibal and Monty. If I can't make it on Hannibal and Monty show, I might, and I am not guaranteeing it, I might agree to go to Miss Parker's channel, provided we go by some rules or whatever. So we'll see. Or if I Talk New Jersey has a channel, she seems to be more mature. Maybe I'll go to her YouTube channel. I don't know. So we'll see. But I try to help them out to the best of my ability. The best of my ability is not always enough, because their needs are great sometimes. But when God puts, I should go see them tomorrow. I should go there in person tomorrow. Should I? No, this is too much money. I can't afford that this time around. Not for this one. Nope. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this show up. BurntToast. You don't get to claim victory against me in these conversations until you actually talk to me and destroy me in the actual dialogue. Since you've never done that and you never will do that, just take this L like a good little girl. All right. You don't know me as well as you think you do. I am not homeless. Let me say this again. And by the way, let's do this in closing. BurntToast claimed I was homeless. For those of you who didn't hear this claim, I'm going to play a funny clip that I uploaded to YouTube. I'm going to stop it before we get to the holes in his house and everything and whatnot. But I want you to listen to her claims when she's wearing the dress and I got her looking like a big girl or whatever. I want you to listen to that real quick.
So if you're female, Apparently, the way that he thinks that you should do it, the moral, quote unquote, moral way that he thinks that you should go about building your channel is to get on camera and, quote, show your body. And yeah, G-Man, couple things. No one is jealous of you. Let's list the ways, shall we? You're homeless. You bounce around from...
Okay, so let's talk about this claim that she made about me being homeless. First of all, I'm not homeless. And if I was homeless, I wouldn't be on this stream right here, right now. You see, let me explain to you guys who you're talking to. I can go to my other channel, or I can go to Cherry Love's channel, or I can go to Vecco's channel, or I can go to any other number of Christian YouTube channels on here. And I can say, look, I'm sleeping on the street and I need help. You know what they're going to immediately do? They're going to try to get $20,000 in a GoFundMe or in a, what do you guys call that stuff? A GoFundMe or a, that's a shame. I don't even know what these things are. Is it a T-Stream, I think? GoFundMe. What's the other things are called? Oh my God, this is embarrassing. Anyway, I don't even know what these fundraiser things are called, but I know it's a GoFundMe. All right. What's the other thing called? Somebody help me out in the live chat here. I'm looking in the live chat. Does anybody here have does anybody here know the other thing besides GoFundMe? Okay, cool. I can go to my other stream. I'm sorry, on my other channel, and I can do a fundraiser, and I'll be just fine. Okay, I can raise money if I need it. If I was homeless, I would be stupid not to. The last time I was in this situation, people was nice enough to donate to help me get rent and security, and I had to tell them to stop. Because I'm the kind of person, once I get what I need, that's it. Don't send me no more. You know what I mean? But nah, if I was really homeless, I would have the money by now not to be homeless somewhere. So clearly I'm not homeless. And I can't be homeless and taking care of Shani and Rev at the same time. This is how you know you're dealing with liars at this particular point, ladies and gents. All right. So you gotta listen to these people with a grain of salt. BurntToast does not do any real investigative work. BurntToast is a liar. BurntToast makes stuff up sometimes for content for her YouTube channel, just like Drag, just like these other reaction channels. All right, these people are hypocrites at the end of the day. All right, things that they get mad at other people about, they do themselves. All right, they call me a liar. Do they lie? They call me a con artist, even though they can't prove I've ever conned anybody out of anything. They are conning people by lying to people about my present situation and what's going on with me. Like I said, I can't be paying for these people to survive and living on the street at the same time. That's just stupid. I can't be a homeowner and living on the street. That would be stupid. You understand what I'm saying? But these people on here, they think they know so much. And they don't know anything. And when they do learn about something, it's not important to me. I don't care. Because there are some things I'm letting the law deal with now. I'm just simply not caring no more. I will let the law deal with them. That's my new way of dealing with things. I'm not going to get upset, angry, or for what? You know, at some point, there needs to be an example made with the atheist community where they made that arrest video of Shani. Well, you know what? Maybe one needs to be done in the atheist community. And I'm praying that God will make an example out of some of these people. You know what I mean? So that they can know that you're not supposed to trifle with people's lives like that. It's not funny. I knew Rumor Research Lab was breaking the law when she did what she did. Just like I know BurntToast is breaking the law by playing that video on her channel. I'm not getting mad. I can promise you that. I'm not getting mad for doing that. I'm laughing at her because she don't know what she's doing, but I do all too well. But anyway, guys, you guys have a good night. Don't be surprised if you see me pop up to somebody's stream if they're having one tonight. Of course, I will not have my control, which is bad. I'll probably be over talked by like 900 people who just want their revenge. And it's all fine and well. Who cares? If you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, this is the time to drop the atheistic act that you've been on here pretending to be, make believing that there's no God. What you need to do is acknowledge that you are a sinner, that you have violated the laws of God, and that you have fallen short of the mark. That you are not this perfect and upright person like you think you are. But in reality, you are depraved, you are a sinner, and you're hopelessly lost apart from the love of God. But God loved you so much that he atoned for your sins. He paid for your sins. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever would believe in him would not perish but have everlasting life. Stop being a fool and join the winning team. Yeah, it looks like we're losing now, but trust me, when Christ returns, a lot of people are going to regret the things that they said and what they did in the earth and didn't repent for it. That goes for me and everybody else. A lot of people are just going to regret it. Be like Christ, not like G-Man. Be like Christ, not like G-Man. All right. And with that being said, guys, you know what? Let me take a look at this this live chat here real quick. I like this one right here. Let he without sin cast the first stone. I don't think you want to have that conversation, Goldie. Goldie. All right. Let me see something here. Anyway, guys, there's nothing else here to show. I think Rebuke and Reprove left a comment. I want to show everybody where it is. Hold on. I think I saw him on here. That's right. Rebuke and Reprove. We're born leaders. When you start dealing with the women, you got to deal with the emotional stuff. Guys, do not tap into your emotional side. You don't need to do that. All right. Don't need to do that whatsoever. Blasted Master says, I built the straw man. Blasted Master, what kind of straw man did I build? You guys are getting mad at me because I'm helping kids. If I'm helping the parents and I'm helping the kids, ain't I? We are supposed to judge righteously in love. Amen for that. Yep. Yes, men have emotions. Men have emotions, but we're not supposed to be ruled by our emotions, which I've allowed to happen to me a couple of times. Thank God we calmed down, because when it's different when women get angry versus when men get angry. When women get angry, you're going to get earful and possibly stabbed. The man gets angry, countries go bye-bye. Countries go bye-bye. All right, guys, you guys take care. Let's look at that awesome outro.